Come on, Andre! Come on, Andre! Hi guys, Howzit? Welcome Trek to any of my Afrikaans speaking followers. Kia ora to my Kiwi Fono. Hola, que tal to any of my Spanish speaking followers. Yes, a little bit hoarse now, a little bit trying to relax, trying to kind of suck in, take in whatever just happened today. First, I just want to thank anybody who came out and hung out with me during my live broadcast from the Rugby House Pub in Frisco, Texas, Plano, Texas, right there on the border. This was actually a really fun time. You could see Jess a little bit on the camera there. We had a great time. Usually I do this in my office in my home here. We call it my office. It's just a spare bedroom. But this was a chance to kind of get out. And if any of you guys there were a lot of people there. It was a very, very raucous crowd. But those of you who have ever been around rugby people, you know, and Springbok supporters are some of the rowdiest, I have to say. But 16-15, the final, all 15 points for the Palms coming off of the boot of fuckboy Owen Farrell, still going to call him that, and Andre Pollard pulling our ass out of the fire big time. I didn't take notes for this one. I just kind of hung out and watched the game. Like I said, Farrell with 4 penalties and a drop goal and a kick from Benny Libok early. Andre Pollard, 2 of 2 on kicking with the conversion. And the lone try coming to the Viking himself, Archie Sneeman. Now, I could go on and just say, honestly, 70th minute, I thought we were going to fucking lose this game. We should have lost this game. We played like absolute cock through the first 50 minutes of the game. Now, when we started bringing on the bomb squad or whatever you want to call it, the diffuse squad, whatever, that was when you saw the pace change. When we started winning every single scrum, we lost our first line out. We went into halftime down 12-6, I believe. And we were pretty much equal in every single category. They were just delivering when we weren't. Really bad discipline issues got us into the position where we were behind, and solid kicking from their captain. We pulled Manny Libok pretty early. I want to say around the 32nd minute. He did go 1-on-1 kicking for the day, but he was just not... It wasn't clicking. We never saw Kirtley or Cheslin even really get into the game. Their fullback for England, and I can't even, I'm drawing a blank right now. That guy was the best fullback on the field. Let me see if I can pull his name out here. Because I will tip my hat to Freddie Stewart. Absolutely great fullback for the Palms today. I mean, he bested ours, definitely. But it was a moment there for a bit where we were just kind of, you could watch on my live. I was pretty much getting prepared to lose. We get the line out. RG gets it across. My missus had gone to the bathroom. She said she could hear as soon as she started washing her hands. She heard the crowd erupt. I erupted because I knew we were close. It didn't take much to change the pace of the game. And obviously, a few minutes later, 77th minute, 78th minute, it was a 46-meter kick, I believe. And I'm standing there, and I mean, you saw the live reactions, the intro to the video. You saw the kick, and then you saw the reaction of me at this pub, and you could just hear the crowd. We absolutely erupted. Andre saved the day for us. Once again, that's 2 weeks in a row. Now we have the real task. And if we play like this next week, we are going to get fucking destroyed. Now, I know there's a follower of mine on here. You guys have seen him in the comments. Baki Boy. Dude's actually a pretty cool bloke. He is a Kiwi. It's just a fair Like, hey, look, that's kind of the part of wanting to do this or doing this as a hobby. You got to take the good with the bad. And his cock talk is great. It's all in fun. It's never personal. He's a Kiwi. He's a diehard All Black fan. I'm a Springbok diehard. And he's going to say it, and he's right. We play like this next week, fucking the All Blacks are going to eat us for lunch. So I feel like with every win, we should have questions answered. I feel like we just have more questions now that need to be answered. Because I don't think Libbok starting answers it. But I also don't expect Andre to play the full 80. But he probably could. Kobus Reinach was not that good today. There were a lot of guys that were not that good today. And it shows. And us having to go down to the wire to win this thing. So I feel like there's bigger questions that need to be answered in this next week. And I don't know how Rossi and Jacques plan to answer them. Because we can't do this next week. These guys are going to chew us up and spit us out. The All Blacks will chew us up and spit us out if we play like this next week. I get it. The conditions were not optimal for good rugby. It was cold. It was wet. It rained most of the game. But our wings were a non-factor. Jesse Krill, I'm hyping him up. He's been having all these games. He was a non-factor. We just didn't play well. Now, I know a lot of people are already going in on Kiwi ref Ben O'Keefe. Did he miss calls? Of course. They always do. Do I rate him as a poor performance? Yeah, a bit, but I don't blame him. It was a hard game to officiate. It was a hard game to officiate. And it was a hard game. You saw at the end of the game, everybody was muddy, everybody was dirty, everybody was busted up. The Palms could have beaten us very easily. They should have beaten us with the way we played. Not that they played much better, but they did play better. So I think going forward, we're going to have 3 questions that need to be answered, and I will thusly pop them up right here. 1, do we start Andre? 2, is Am going to be fit for the final? And 3, can Benambi keep doing this? He played 70-plus minutes at hooker again today. I think he played the entire game at hooker. These are 3 questions that need to be answered by next week. As soon as possible. So next week, we will play for the final. It will be the All Blacks versus Springboks. We live for these games. This is a friggin' World Cup final. This is for everything. This is for a 4th trophy. This is to be the first team to say you've won 4. I would love for it to be the Springboks, but playing the way we did today, it will not be the Springboks. So I do trust the coaches, Rassi, everyone. They will make the best decisions going forward. We still have a second game. We have England and Argentina for the 3rd place spot. Do we get a repeat of the pool game for Argentina? Or does Argentina shore it up and get a dub and come in 3rd place? So we have 1, 2, 3 Southern Hemisphere 2023 Rugby World Cup. Because we didn't have it last time. We had Southern, Northern, Southern, Northern. So, like I said, these questions need to be answered. I obviously will eagerly await the lineup sheets and hopefully some answers as to how we go forward and how are we going to finish this on top. Because there's a lot of guys on the All Blacks, Aaron Smith, Sam Whitelock, Brody Retallick, Bowden Barrett, This is it. Dane Coles. This is it. Cody Taylor, more than likely. This is it. This is their last shot. Richie Mwanga, Anton Leonard-Brown. There are a lot of guys on that squad that this is it. One last chance to go out on top. And to me, erase the legacy of mediocrity that Fozzie the Clown has left, despite what Kiwis are saying. Taking your team to the lowest ranking in team history is not a masterstroke. Losing a series at home is not a masterstroke. Having the biggest loss in history of your program is not a masterstroke, despite what some people think now. Is this a bit of redemption for Fozzie the Clown? I think it is, yes, making it to a final. But I'd love to spoil it properly. But we are going to need to shore up a lot as a team to even have a chance. Because right now, playing like that, we don't have a chance. We don't have a snowball's chance in hell, as some would say. But with that being said, I eagerly await the lineups. Let me know what you guys think underneath, man. Like I said, I'm a bit kind of spent. It was a lot. We left the pub. We went to the market, to the grocery market, and got some groceries, came back, chilled out with the dog. My missus came with me. She had a great time, despite the service at the bar being a bit shoddy. Nick had one of his mates come out, an American guy. I'm having to explain the game to him a bit. You could hear me in the live doing that. But it was great. It was a great atmosphere, and it was just good to be around other Springbok fans. And even English supporters that were there at the pub. I had a great time. Probably won't do it next week. We'll probably do the live right here from my office, right here in front of the telly with the best seat in the house. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know how you feel about the win, because it's like we've had to go through this before. If you follow me on this channel, man, we've had some ugly wins, and I hate ugly wins. That was a very ugly win. The win over France the prior week, I didn't feel like it was an ugly win. This was an ugly win. So let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers, guys.